Hello! Today we are going to listen a beautiful story. That's name is The Unseen Architecture. In the heart of a bustling city, nestled between towering skyscrapers and chaotic streets, lived a young architect named Liam. He wasn't just any architect. He was a dreamer, a visionary who saw not just buildings, but the stories they held. His designs were a beautiful fusion of steel and soul, but for years he had been stuck. His designs were good, even excellent, but they lacked that spark, that it factor that would propel him from a talented designer to a master architect. His biggest project was a bid for the city's new central library, a grand structure meant to be a symbol of knowledge and community. He poured his heart and soul into the blueprints, working late into the night, sketching and resketching every curve and angle. He believed his design was perfecta modern marvel, with soaring glass walls and a stunning dome. Yet, every time he presented it to his mentor, the legendary master architect Elias, the feedback was the same. "It's good, Liam, but it's missing the heartbeat." Liam was frustrated. He felt he was being held back by a riddle he couldn't solve. One evening, after yet another critique from Elias, he sat alone in his studio, surrounded by rejected sketches. He picked up a worn-out pencil and began to draw, not a building, but a single, delicate flower. It was a simple sketch, but as he drew it, he felt a strange sense of peace. He realized he was so focused on the grand structure that he had forgotten the small, intricate details that gave life to a design. The next morning, Liam went to see Elias, not with a new blueprint, but with a question. "Elias, what is the heartbeat of a building?" Elias, a man with wise eyes and a kind smile, took a deep breath. "The heartbeat, my boy, isn't in the steel or the glass, it's in the unseen. It's in the way the sunlight warms a room in the morning, the way a person feels when they walk through the door, the memories that will be made there. It's the soul you breathe into the structure." His words echoed in Liam's mind. The unseen, the soul. The following day, instead of going to his studio, Liam went to the old city library. It was a beautiful but aging building, filled with dusty books and creaky floors. He didn't go to study the architecture, he went to observe the people. He saw an old man gently tracing the title of a book with his finger, a young student huddled in a corner, lost in a world of words, and a mother reading a story to her child, their faces lit with wonder. He saw joy, curiosity, and connection. He then went to a bustling cafe and watched people laugh, argue, and share stories. He visited a quiet park and felt the tranquility of the trees and the stillness of the air. He began to sketch not buildings, but emotions. A sketch of a person's face filled with concentration, another of a couple laughing, and another of a child's hand reaching for a book. He started to see the city differently. He saw the spaces between the buildings, the way light fell on a brick wall, and the way the wind whispered through the alleys. He realized that a building wasn't just a structure, it was a container for human experience. He went back to his blueprint for the library, but this time, he didn't start with the dome or the walls. He started with a feeling. He imagined a child, their eyes wide with wonder as they looked up at the atrium. He imagined a scholar, finding a quiet nook to lose themselves in thought. He imagined a community, gathering for a poetry reading or a book club. He redesigned the library from the inside out. He created a reading nook that would catch the soft afternoon light, a grand staircase that would invite people to explore, and a children's section with colorful, whimsical details that would ignite their imagination. He even designed a small, hidden garden where people could read in the tranquility of nature. He didn't just design a building, he designed an experience. When he presented the new blueprint to Elias, he saw a change in his mentor's eyes. Elias didn't say a word. He just smiled and placed his hand on Liam's shoulder. "You found it, my boy. You found the heartbeat." Liam's design won the bid. The city was mesmerized by his vision. The library, when it was finally built, wasn't just a structure of steel and glass, it was a living, breathing space. People flocked to it, not just to read, but to connect, to learn, and to simply be. It was a place where stories lived, not just on the pages of books, but in the hearts of the people who walked through its doors. One day, Liam visited the library, now a vibrant hub of activity. He saw the old man from his earlier visit, now sitting in the reading nook, bathed in sunlight. He saw the student, still lost in a book, and the mother, now with a slightly older child, pointing to a mural on the wall. He realized that his design wasn't just a success, it was a gift. He had given the city a place to dream, to learn, and to grow. The journey had taught him a profound lesson. True greatness isn't about the grandest design or the most intricate details. It's about seeing beyond the surface, connecting with the unseen, and breathing a soul into your work. It's about building with a purpose, with a heartbeat. So, the next time you feel stuck or believe your work isn't good enough, remember, Liam. Remember that the greatest achievements often come from a place of frustration and self-doubt. Don't just focus on the visible structure of your goal. Look for the unseen, the heartbeat, the soul, because that's where the real magic happens.